Okay, so let's go back to number Tov Nun Aleph because I forgot to turn on the recorder. So Tov Nun Aleph says, so here's a Yud K, K Vav K, K Vav K. Let's see how that works. He said, the Osius Yak, so that's the first Kavana. This order this Abba Be'ima the Zivug, and so there is a Zivug. But L'achar Mekach Yekaven Ba'osius K Vav K. Shebezeret Nirmaz She'osius K Achrona V'oz Vav Oilim L'K. So the two of them down below go up to the first K, Rishona, B'sod Holo Zman. V'l'achar Mekan Yekaven Hey Vav K. Shebezeh Nimaz Shanai the Ima. This is the Shehi Hey Rishona Neknasa Besod Mochi Bezon. So they come in and they are the secret of Mochi. They're coming into Zon Shein Osius Vav K. Okay, now we got to a place where actually I think this is probably where we should be. He said that the common al dever should avoid but the Tefillin shall rosh. So I just want to ask you a question. Is it that you think that you might be interested as we go into, say, for example, a little further here, as you're going to see, if you maybe want to look at the Rishash Siddur and see what he has to say on that. It's a small piece. Might be interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, okay. All right. So I was looking at it last night, but I'm reading this right now. So do you want to look at it now? But I think we should read this first, though.
Okay.
So he said, "But the kaven al bederushin devar, but the Tefillin shall rosh." So now let's talk about this. The vuhu should the kamen dechila besod Eva Rishon, so that you'd have the original idea of Eva Rishon. We're talking about the arm Tefillin. El Akyah Pasha, the simple Yud K, Aleph K Yud K. V'achakach. So then after that, Ba'arba Parshiyosechem, then you have a kavana on the parshas. Also the Yanika, which is the secret of a higher stage, which is the stage of Yanika. El Shem Havayah. So this goes to the name Havayah Pashut. So Yanika would be the Havayah Pashut. Yanika is Zeranpin. So then you have a concentrate on the I guess the bias of the Tefillin. So Iver shall Iver Shani the godless. So then you got to there, and then it comes to the name Adni b'Muluo. So that just strikes me as just unusual because I would have thought I would go the other way. Akyah would be the godless, and the first one would be Adni. That's not what he says. So there he spells it out. Aleph Dalet Nun Yud. V'achar kach tekav echebeki shlosha cheshemas and iskarim Akyah Havayah Adni. All of those have a gematria. All of a gematria Yabuk. So exactly what have you got here? You had a yichud. What the first part is, you're making a yichud and bringing mochin down into vav k, into zera and zachar v'nok, and then you're saying that although as you're looking at, you're putting them on, we'll see it again. You're going to get to this concept of the yabuk. Now we know that yabuk is like, I guess it's the flow. Normally, it's the flow of the shefa through the neck, which is a narrow place. So that's what I'm thinking. So what exactly do we have here? V'hu sod Havayah Elokim. That's the same thing as also Gemetza Gematria of Yabuk. Shehu sod Hamalchus, which is the secret of Malchus, but sod Ma'aver Yabuk. So first you make the Yechudim. The idea is the Yechudim before you put on the Tefillin, and then you have the idea of the Tefillin themselves. Let's see a little bit more. It's not that easy to remember them, and that's why I was looking at the Siddur. Let's go over and let's say the Tefillin shal yad. So let's add this kavana when we're putting on the Tefillin shal yad. Kaseda shenivar b'chanachas Tefillin shal rosh in the same way. So let's see. V'hata bevar rav. Excuse me. So let's talk about what's the kavana over here. He said, "V'hu B'dechila dekavin shachat tefillin romazim al sod eva rishon. So the tefillin really refer to the first rishon. She'ei b'bechidas katnas rishon shel bechidas nefesh. So he calls this katnas rishon over here, and that's a tefillin. He says again, b'dechila dekavin shel tefillin romazim al sod eva rishon. Be'eva rishon romas the shem Akyah pashut. So that's a fact that he said. He says the first Ivor is Akyah. So Akyah means I will be. So I guess it's really talking about the first one is potential. So the Akyah other begematria kaf aleph v'hu romas al kaf aleph askara sheyesh b'tefillin. So again, so here's another idea. It says that there are 21 times that we're saying the name Yud Kei Vav Kei in the Tefillin themselves, and this is a reference to that. And he says V'Iva Rishon, that's Eva Rishon, which is Akyah. V'achar kach tekavin she'arba parshiyos sheish v'tefillin shel yad ramazim lomer lizman yanika. Then we say it's like the man of Yanika. Shehu b'bechidas ruach the katnas Rishon, which is the concept of the ruach, which goes to the Katniss Rishon. Wait a minute, this is a Tefillin. Ramazah Lomer Alizman, Yikul Shucha Bebechidas Ruach the Katniss Rishon. So it's a Ruach of Katniss Rishon. Vazana Yanicha Romez V'Shem Havayah Pasha. So now you have Akyah and Havayah, B'li Milui, without just a Pasha. V'acha Shegavanta Rabizman Yanika Shehem Arba Parshios. The Kavin Al Kabayah Shal Tefillin Shal Yad. Then you just think about the bias itself, the holder of the tefillin, of what's inside the parshas. Shehu romas al iver sheni the godless, and this is talking about the iver sheni, which is godless. Sheheba bechinas neshama choya achai yechida. So he puts them all together. It's a concept of basically, I guess you would say the gar, or the oros of the gar. So he says sheheba bechinas neshama. So let's hold here. We had a little break. Okay, so now we're on Taf Samach Aleph. Taf Samach Aleph. Let me move this up a little bit. Taf Samach Aleph says, he says, Shem Adni b'meluo, Romez al Mochen the Godless Rishon, Shem Mochen Iver Shady. So here's a case where don't ask why we have this, we'll have it like this, but maybe we'll find out later. Shem Adni b'meluo, that's what it is. Then he says, now so you have this idea. You have Akyah, Havayah, and then you have Adni in a milui. So he says, Shegavanta the Shlosha Zamanim Aladoch b'Shem Zaman Iver Shu Shem Akyah, Akyah Pashut, v'hu b'Bechinas Nefesh v'Zman Ayinika Shu Shem Havayah Pashut. This is the Bechina of Ruach of Zaman HaGadlus, HaNikra Iver Sheni, the Gadlus, Shehem Nesham Mechai Yechida, Hu Shem Adni Molek. Okay, so he just reviewed that. The common key either of Shlosha Shemus and the Skarm Shemus, once again, of Akyah Havayah Adni, Ba'ofen She'eidach Shlosha Shemus, Shehem Peshuta below Miloi. Ola Begematria Yaakov, so Yabok. Now, on the one hand, he says that Adni is an Emilui form. But if you took them in just a Pashat form, then you would get to the Gematria of Yabuk. Acheshbon, Shemas, Akyah, Havayah, and Adni, Yachtav, Heim, Olin, the Gematria, Mispar, Yabuk. So he said, V'Shem Yabuk, who sowed, so the name of Yabuk is a secret. V'Shemas Havayah Elokim Olam Yachta the Cheshbon of Gematria Yabuk. V'Gam the Mizbar Akyah Havayah Adni, as we said before, Canal. Now we're going over here to Tov Ayin Aleph, so let's keep moving, and that's where then we'll switch over to the Sifra. V'Keven Shehem Tefillin Shal Yad Shehem Mochim Shal Nok. So since the Tefillin and Yad are the Mochim of the Nok, so therefore it refers to Malchus. So all of this, let me say this again. He said that the Tefillin Shayad, Yad is the concept of Malchus. And the Amber on the Nook, which refers to the Nook, these are the Nook Tefillin. But Tzrikin O the Barer Eich Maramazim Anuk B'Shem Yabuk, and now we're going to come over and we're going to see the remes here of the Nook in the name Yabuk Ima Koilo. He Kavonas Anachas Tefillin Shal Yad. Okay, so I think this is where we're going to stop here, and I like to go through this piece and then look at the Rishash and work on that a little bit. Okay, so